Breaking news! What if I told you Sean Payton just made the boldest prediction of his career, and that the pieces he's putting together in Denver could explode into one of the biggest stories of the entire season? Broncos fans, buckle up, because what's happening behind the scenes right now could be the most underrated and dangerous rebuild we've seen in years. The vibe in Dove Valley is electric, and I have some important insider information you need to hear. We all want the Broncos back in the big dance, and if Sean Payton has anything to say about it, this could be the year we finally break through. I'll tell you exactly why. So before we continue, like this if you've been bleeding orange and blue for over 20 years. Tell me in the comments, go, Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue. Now, let me show you what the rest of the league isn't seeing, but what Broncos country needs to know right now. Sean Payton isn't just making noise, he's shaking the foundation of the league. In a recent interview, he boldly declared that this current Denver Broncos squad is the 7th team in his coaching career he believes can truly win a Super Bowl. That's not just coach speak, that's belief rooted in results. Just last season, Payton's Broncos overachieved in ways no one predicted. Despite having one of the worst rushing attacks in NFL history and a tight end group that could barely move the chains, they still managed to rack up 10 wins and were just a missed field goal away from potentially taking down the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs, with a rookie quarterback, no less. Let's talk about that running game. Javonte Williams, our lead back last season, only mustered 513 rushing yards. That's not a typo. 5 quarterbacks, including Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, ran for more than that. For a team coached by Sean Payton, known for dominant ground games, that's almost unthinkable. Payton didn't point fingers outright, but he made it clear. The holes were there, and the execution wasn't. He said it best, there was a lot of meat left on the bone. So what did the Broncos do? They didn't just patch the hole, they reloaded with artillery. Enter J.K. Dobbins. When healthy, this guy is an absolute force. He's averaging 5.2 yards per carry over his career, a stat that places him among the all-time greats in rushing efficiency. Yes, durability is the concern, but Denver's medical staff has turned things around in a big way, going from the most injured team in the NFL to one of the healthiest over the past 2 years. Early reports say Dobbins is in fantastic shape and ready to roll for Week 1 against Tennessee. But Payton didn't stop there. He added R.J. Harvey, a back who might be the steal of the draft. Payton didn't chase names, he chased production. Harvey led college football with 23% of his runs going for 10-plus yards. That's 1 out of every 4 carries. And the Broncos believe in him so much, they even adjusted their blocking scheme to a wide zone system to maximize his strengths. George Payton called him the best vision back in the class. That's saying something. Now let's move to tight ends. Last season's tight end group was a disaster. Only 51 total catches, 21 first downs, just 483 receiving yards for the whole room. That's bottom of the league production, no question. But now, we've got Evan Engram. Not only did he have 114 catches just 2 seasons ago, but he's also a route technician with more slot receiving yards than even Travis Kelce. And if that wasn't enough to get you hyped, Engram was a coach at Tight End University. Brock Bowers himself praised learning from him. He's the complete package and a night and day upgrade from what Denver had last year. So let's pause and recap. The Broncos won 10 games last year with no running game and one of the worst tight end groups in football. They've now added arguably the best RB in the AFC West, a dynamic rookie runner, and an elite tight end who can dominate across the field. And that's just on offense. On defense, the Broncos were elite last year. Top 3 in yards allowed. Franchise record 63 sacks. Only allowed points on 31% of opposing drives. That's championship-level production. But what makes this team scary is how they addressed their defensive holes too. Linebacker was a concern after Alex Singleton went down early in the season. Now, not only is Singleton back and healthy, but they've added Dre Greenlaw, a player so critical that the 49ers brass flew out to beg him to stay. He chose Denver instead. He's a tone setter, a tight end eraser, and a playmaker in coverage and against the run. And it doesn't stop there. With P.J. Lott returning from spinal surgery, Denver bolstered the secondary with all-pro talent like Talanoa Hufanga, another player returning from a non-chronic injury who is expected to be back at full strength. This defense is deep, it's aggressive, and it's built to cause chaos. Even the young talent is turning heads. Wide receiver Troy Franklin had a breakout preseason. He dominated training camp, joint practices, and has clear chemistry with Bo Nix from their college days. Sean Payton was so confident in Franklin's development, he traded away Devin Vele, Nix's second favorite college target. That says everything. This team is different. Every single glaring weakness from last season has not only been addressed, but improved in a way that pushes this roster into elite territory. And Sean Payton knows it. This isn't a team hoping to sneak into the playoffs. This is a team aiming to dominate, because here's where it gets even more wild. The Broncos didn't just upgrade individual players, they overhauled the DNA of this team. Let's talk about the culture shift that's happening inside that locker room. Sean Payton isn't just instilling discipline, he's building belief. It's not just about showing up anymore. It's about showing out. And the players have bought in. From the rookies to the veterans, there's a unified message. This team isn't here to rebuild, it's here to take over. Take a look at what's happening in the secondary. J.L. Skinner, Jaquan McMillian, and Damari Mathis all flashed in spurts last year. But now, with Hufanga and a fully healthy Patrick Surtain too locking down the back end, we're looking at one of the deepest, most versatile secondaries in the NFL. Add in the emergence of Jaquan McMillian as a serious nickel threat, and it's clear that this defense can morph into whatever it needs to be. Blitz heavy, man lockdown, or zone disguise, it's all on the table. And speaking of defensive versatility, let's not forget Baron Browning. This guy is finally healthy and looking explosive. He's a freak off the edge and one of the most athletic linebackers Denver has had since Von Miller. When you've got Jonathan Cooper, Nick Bonitto, and Browning rotating on the edges with Zach Allen and DJ Jones in the middle, opposing quarterbacks are going to be running for their lives. Let's go even deeper. The Broncos' defensive line doesn't get enough credit, but Payton has quietly built a unit that's going to feast. DJ Jones is an elite run stopper, and if you watched any of last season, you know he was clogging up gaps and commanding double teams all year long. That's opening lanes for guys like Jonathan Cooper, who finished strong, and Nick Bonitto, who has the kind of speed off the edge that keeps tackles on their heels. But the biggest X factor on this defense might be Jaquan McMillian. He's emerged as a Swiss Army knife who can blitz, cover, and support the run. He's one of those guys whose name doesn't show up in every highlight reel, but when the film room lights are on, coaches are pointing to him as the reason a play worked. Every great defense needs that glue guy, and McMillian is becoming exactly that. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, let's circle back to the most important piece, Bo Nix, the rookie quarterback who wasn't supposed to outplay the likes of Caleb Williams or Drake May, but did. And he did it with one of the worst supporting casts in terms of tight ends and running backs. Think about this. Bo Nix was playing behind an inconsistent offensive line with a running game ranked near the bottom of the league and still found ways to win 10 games. And not only win, but compete against top-tier defenses and nearly win a playoff game on the road. With a broken back. That's not normal. That's not expected. That's special. And it's why Sean Payton is betting everything on Bo Nix. He sees what a lot of people don't, the leadership, the processing, the poise. That's what makes him believe this team has a shot. Not next year. Not 2 years from now. Now let's get into the big picture. The AFC is loaded, right? Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, all monsters. But what makes Denver dangerous is that they're not trying to beat you at your game. They're redefining what a balanced, unpredictable offense looks like. With a new run scheme that fits R.J. Harvey's vision, a tight end who can stretch the field and beat linebackers, and a quarterback who's been battle-tested more than any rookie in recent memory. This offense isn't just improved, it's weaponized. And the locker room? It's unified. You've got veterans like Justin Simmons, Kareem Jackson, and Mike McGlinchey holding guys accountable. You've got young players stepping up with hunger and humility. It's the kind of mix that championship teams are made of. Payton knows it, the players feel it, and the league? They're about to find out.